Tonight, as I settle into this quiet room, I notice the gentle dimming of light around me, how shadows stretch and soften, curling into corners that hold nothing but stillness. The day has passed, carrying with it the chatter of hours, the weight of tasks, the brief flashes of laughter, and the soft pangs of small disappointments. I lay my hands upon the blankets, feeling the warmth of the fabric, the steady familiarity of its touch against my skin. Each breath I take is slow, deliberate, a quiet rhythm that begins to match the gentle hush of the evening. I feel the muscles in my shoulders and back begin to release, almost imperceptibly, as if the day itself is folding gently behind me, leaving me here in this soft, safe space. I sense the quiet of the house around me, the distant hum of something turning, a clock that marks time without urgency, the gentle sigh of the walls holding all the moments of the day as they settle. I think of the way my mind has raced today, the little sparks of worry, the tiny flickers of anticipation, the endless procession of thoughts that sometimes feel heavier than they need to be. I invite them now to rest, one by one, as if placing each thought on a soft pillow beside me, allowing it to settle without tension or judgment. I breathe in, feeling the air cool and smooth through my nose, the simple gift of this present moment, and I let it out slowly, hearing it go, imagining it dissolving into the stillness around me. With each exhale, I feel the day's residue leaving my body, the small aches I didn't notice, the tension that sat quietly in my jaw or along my spine, the tightness in my chest that came from holding too much at once. I am allowed to release these things now. I do not need to carry them into the night. I can let the hush of this evening cradle them, softening them into nothing more than quiet memory. I take a moment to notice my hands, resting gently against the covers. There is a sense of grounding in this simple awareness, a feeling that the world slows here, in this room, around this bed, and inside of me. I think of the sky outside, the darkness deepening, softening the edges of everything familiar. Perhaps a quiet wind brushes the trees. Perhaps the stars are beginning to peer through the veil of night. I imagine their cool, distant light falling softly over the world, over me, touching me with a calm I cannot manufacture but can accept. I allow my heartbeat to slow, its rhythm steady and kind, and I feel the support beneath me, the mattress and blankets holding me securely. There is no rush here. There is only the gentle unfolding of this evening, a path leading toward rest, toward quiet, toward the calm I crave. As I close my eyes just for a moment, I remember the brief joys of the day, the small victories, the smiles exchanged, the moments when life felt light or easy. I hold them lightly in my mind, letting gratitude flow quietly without pressure or expectation. I acknowledge the struggles too, not to linger in them, but to recognize that they were part of this day and now can be released. Each moment, each feeling, each fleeting thought has a place, and now that place is rest. I whisper softly to myself, a gentle encouragement, a soft assurance that I am safe, that I am seen, that I am allowed to let go. I am not required to solve, to fix, to control what is past or yet to come. Here I can simply exist, breathing, feeling, sinking slowly into the comfort that surrounds me. I feel the slow lowering of my eyelids, the tiny shifts of my body as it seeks a posture that feels like surrender, like a gentle yielding. I imagine warmth gathering around me, not harsh or forceful but tender, a blanket that wraps both body and mind in quietude. The noises of the outside world fade. The house itself seems to sigh in agreement, settling alongside me. In the spaces between my breaths, I sense a softness, an absence of demand, a quiet that does not ask anything of me. It is enough to be here, enough to rest, enough to allow this simple act of stillness. Tonight, after this ordinary day, I give myself permission to pause fully, to let the hush of night carry away the remnants of busyness and leave me whole. And so I continue to breathe slowly, gently, feeling my chest rise and fall, each breath a small act of surrender. I feel the weight of my body against the sheets, my toes loosening, my fingers softening, the jaw unclenching. I listen to the subtle shifts of air, the whisper of curtains against the window, the quiet heartbeat of this room, and I allow myself to drift in that sound, knowing it is enough to be carried. My thoughts, my feelings, my whole being are welcome here, yet I place them carefully aside, like a delicate bundle that can rest without oversight. I notice a deepening calm in the center of me, a quiet that feels like presence itself, the kind that does not demand and does not judge, but simply exists alongside me. In this moment, I am exactly where I am meant to be. I feel the soft release of tension through every fiber of me, a slow, gentle easing that carries me closer to the sanctuary of sleep. There's a gentle hush that settles over the room now, as if the walls themselves are breathing quietly with me. The day's colors have dimmed, leaving only soft shadows and a tender in-between light that feels like a slow exhale. A sense of calm begins to drift through my body, like a soft breeze that passes without effort, brushing over shoulders, tracing the line of my spine, reaching all the corners where tension had quietly lingered. Muscles that carried invisible weight loosen naturally, their release unnoticed at first, then more certain, until even the smallest, most stubborn knots feel like they are dissolving into the stillness. The blankets hug me gently, warm and yielding, the texture familiar and comforting, as if they too are part of this quiet letting go. The quiet brings with it a reflection of the day that has passed, but not in a way that weighs me down. I see the moments unfold like small lanterns along a soft path, times when laughter felt light, gestures that held kindness, the brief acknowledgments that threaded life's ordinary hours together. Some of these memories shine gently, others are dim, almost hidden, yet each has a place in the story of today. Without needing to change or fix them, I set them carefully down, giving them space and respect, releasing them to rest alongside me in this evening's stillness. A warmth blooms in my chest as gratitude rises quietly, not loud or forceful, but like the faint glow of candlelight that stretches across the room and touches every corner. There is a rhythm to this letting go, a soft unfolding that does not hurry or push. Every exhale carries away remnants of tension, small worries, the little unspoken anxieties that have gathered in the margins of my mind. A sense of gentle detachment comes in their place, a calm assurance that tomorrow's cares do not belong here tonight. Even as thoughts wander briefly, they float away like leaves on a quiet stream, and I remain anchored in the soft bed beneath me, in the gentle warmth around my body, in the slow, even cadence of breathing that marks the passage from wakefulness toward rest. Each pause between breaths feels like a small sanctuary, a space where nothing is required and all is allowed. Softly, I acknowledge my senses, the faint scent of night air brushing through a half-open window, the subtle rustle of fabric as I shift slightly, the coolness of my fingertips against the warm sheet. These tiny details become a gentle meditation, a reminder that I am here, present, alive in this calm moment. A quiet curiosity arises, noticing the way my eyelids feel heavy and light at once, how the heartbeat slows imperceptibly, how my body seems to sink deeper into comfort with every gentle sigh. There is no urgency in any of it. The world outside may continue in its rhythms, but here I am, allowed to dwell fully in the quiet, to move slowly with the soft pull of evening toward sleep. A sense of surrender begins to deepen as I picture the night outside, the darkness not threatening but protective, like a soft, endless blanket that stretches beyond the walls of this room. The stars may shine far above, distant yet steady, their light reaching me in the form of quiet reassurance. I imagine that same steady presence surrounding me, holding all the edges of my mind that still tremble slightly with lingering thoughts. There is no need to resist or control. I can simply allow the darkness to enfold me, my thoughts to settle, my body to soften. Each inhalation brings a subtle warmth, each exhalation a quiet release. And the rhythm of this gentle breathing mirrors the slow rocking of waves upon a still shore. The night encourages reflection without demand. I remember moments of learning today, small lessons hidden in ordinary experiences, and I offer thanks for them, not for their grandeur, but for their quiet instruction. Even mistakes or frustrations are welcomed, acknowledged and released, softened into memory without sting. A gentle trust begins to grow within me, that all is held, all is seen, and that I am safe to rest. There is room here for everything, for gratitude, for small regrets, for hope, for nothing at all. The stillness itself becomes a companion, its unhurried pace guiding me toward a deeper sense of inner calm. Finally, the hush of the room blends with the hush of my own heart, and I sense the boundary between me and the night dissolving softly. The blankets are a gentle embrace. The pillow supports my head as if it too breathes with me, and the quiet stretches far beyond what I can see or touch, filling every hollow with serene presence. The thoughts of the day, once so pressing, have been invited to rest, and a calm satisfaction arises from simply being here, fully, gently, without expectation. I feel the slow pull of sleep's tender rhythm, a gentle coaxing that does not rush, does not demand, only guides. There is nothing else required. I am cradled in stillness, anchored in warmth, and drawn into a soft, quiet drift toward rest that promises comfort, restoration, and peace. A soft dimness now wraps the room like a familiar shawl, carrying the quiet promise of rest. The day's events stretch behind me like a long, winding path, some sections bathed in warm light, others shadowed and unclear. I trace them gently in my mind, noticing the little moments I almost overlooked. The unexpected kindness in a glance, the small accomplishment that stirred a quiet satisfaction, the brief pause that allowed me to breathe. These fragments of experience drift into my awareness, not pressing, not demanding attention, but simply existing, and I let them rest, letting their edges soften in the tender darkness. There is no need to hold them tightly. They can exist alongside the stillness, becoming part of the gentle rhythm of this night. A sense of relief begins to bloom in my chest, delicate and subtle, like the first quiet petals of a flower opening in the cool evening. I release the remnants of worry that cling stubbornly, thoughts of what could have been, moments that carried tension I did not notice in the rush of the day. Each exhale carries a little more weight away, dissolving into the calm that surrounds me. I imagine it dispersing into the quiet corners of the room, settling in shadows without claim or concern, leaving me lighter, softer, and fully present in this moment of transition. The body, now aware of its own stillness, sinks further into the mattress, a slow surrender that is both gentle and reassuring. There is a tenderness in noticing my own breath, the soft, almost imperceptible rise and fall of my chest, the coolness of air entering, and the warm release that follows. Each inhalation fills me with a subtle sense of safety, of being exactly where I am meant to be, and each exhalation carries away residue of the day. Tiny regrets, small irritations, fleeting doubts. The quiet becomes a companion, a gentle presence that does not speak, yet communicates a deep, unspoken understanding. I rest into this dialogue of stillness, allowing my senses to tune to the soft, steady pulse of the night, feeling the steady support beneath me and the encompassing warmth of the blankets. Every inch of my body seems to sigh in agreement, in concert with the soft rhythm of time slowing around me. The hush of the house settles over me, a delicate curtain of calm. Even the smallest sounds, the faint creak of the floor, the quiet shift of air, the soft hum of distant lights, become part of this lullaby, a symphony that carries me toward release. I acknowledge the day's subtle burdens without judgment, seeing them like leaves floating on a calm river, momentarily passing by, touching the surface, then moving along. There is no need to chase them or fix them. They exist only as passing elements of a story that is concluded for now. In their place, a profound serenity begins to expand within me, a sense of completion that needs no words, no explanation, just the recognition that I am here, now, cradled in quiet and soft warmth. A gentle reflection rises in me, the little lessons hidden in the ordinary moments, the quiet insights I may not have recognized in the bustle of the day. Gratitude forms without force, flowing like a gentle stream that weaves through my chest and mind, connecting the experiences of today with the promise of rest. Even the challenges, the moments of discomfort, are not rejected but welcomed, seen as part of this intricate day that now folds into the night. There is a trust forming within me, tender but firm, that what is unresolved will wait until it is meant to be addressed, and for now, all that is required is this soft presence, this gentle awareness, this simple act of being. Soft darkness deepens, and with it comes the slow surrender of all lingering tension. I imagine it pooling around my feet first, then rising gently, spreading across legs, hips, torso, shoulders, and finally the neck and head. Each section of the body feels heavier in a comforting way, as if gravity itself is lending its patience to guide me into rest. My thoughts quiet further, no longer racing or grasping, but moving slowly, like clouds drifting across a vast evening sky. There is room here for nothing at all, and the absence of urgency brings relief, an unspoken assurance that I am safe, seen, and held. I feel the edges of consciousness softening, a gentle dissolving of awareness into the tender embrace of night, an invitation to drift ever closer to the slow, rhythmic tide of restorative sleep. The room feels softer now, as if the walls themselves have leaned in to cradle me, their quiet presence steady and reassuring. The evening light has fully faded, leaving only a gentle dimness that soothes rather than obscures. Shadows mingle softly, not heavy but comforting, curling along the edges of furniture, along the folds of the blankets, along the contours of my body. I can sense the warmth of the covers pressing lightly against me, the familiar texture grounding me in the present, reminding me that this is a space where I am fully allowed to rest. My body continues to sink gradually, each part loosening as though being invited to dissolve into the mattress beneath, and I notice the subtle shift of comfort moving through my limbs like a quiet tide. A soft, reflective awareness drifts through me, gently drawing attention to the moments of today I may not have fully acknowledged. I remember the smiles shared, the brief encounters that sparked a glimmer of connection, the quiet intervals where nothing was demanded, and I hold them tenderly, savoring the gentle warmth they leave behind. Even the small frustrations or mistakes, which lingered at times, can now be seen in the light of this calm evening. I do not need to judge or fix them. They are simply pieces of the day that can rest alongside me. Each memory and feeling settles gently, blending into the hush of the night, becoming part of a mosaic that is neither heavy nor urgent, simply present, quietly held. The quiet brings an awareness of my own breathing, not forced or analyzed, but natural and rhythmic, slow and comforting. Every inhale carries a gentle invitation, the permission to let go, the assurance of safety, the knowledge that I am exactly where I belong in this moment. Each exhale offers release, a soft sending away of tension, of thoughts that tug at the edges of consciousness, of lingering emotions that no longer need to be carried. The flow of breath mirrors the natural ebb and tide of this night, a rhythm that requires nothing from me, only my presence, only my willingness to follow its slow, soothing motion. I feel the space between each breath widening, a quiet sanctuary where stillness itself becomes tangible, almost as though I could touch it, as though it envelops my heart, my mind, my body. There is a tenderness in recognizing the ordinary sensations of being alive, the subtle weight of my head resting on the pillow, the delicate warmth of my hands against my own skin. the faint sense of heartbeat resonating in quiet agreement with the rhythm of this room. These moments are simple, yet profoundly grounding. They remind me that rest is not earned or demanded. It is a gift, always available if I allow it to be. The mind, often eager to plan or worry, softens in the presence of this ordinary awareness. It becomes easier to let go of tomorrow's concerns, to set aside the shoulds and musts, and simply exist in the comforting slow motion of now. A gentle gratitude rises in me, unhurried and subtle like the light of a distant star. I acknowledge the lessons woven into the day, the quiet joys, the fleeting insights, and even the moments that challenged me. Each one, I realize, has contributed to my being, to the person I am as I sit here in this still, tender night. The sense of thankfulness is not loud or declarative, but soft and intimate, a private recognition that life, in all its ordinariness, is a gift. I feel a warmth in my chest that radiates outward, touching the tips of my fingers and toes, settling along my spine, infusing every part of me with a quiet, unspoken peace. Softly, I imagine the remaining fragments of the day drifting away, unhurriedly, without effort. The small regrets, the lingering doubts, the unfinished thoughts. They float gently from my mind like leaves released onto a calm stream, carried beyond my reach yet embraced by the gentle current of night. I sense the body and mind aligning with this release. Every part of me encouraged to relax further, to sink deeper, to let the night guide me with gentle hands. Muscles once stiff are now fully softened, jaw unclenched, shoulders lowered, spine supported, and the breath becomes the bridge between awareness and surrender. There is nothing more to do tonight, nowhere else to go, and in this quiet simplicity, I feel an inner serenity settling in like a soft, protective cloak, holding me as I ease into the slow, steady rhythm of sleep's approach. A gentle darkness stretches beyond the edges of the room, smooth and unbroken, inviting every part of me to soften into its embrace. The blankets are a warm hug. The pillow supports my head in just the right way, and I sense a calm stretching quietly through every limb. Thoughts of the day, once lively and persistent, have begun to dim, fading into the background like a distant melody. In this quiet, I feel my mind opening to stillness, as though a soft veil has been drawn over the rushing currents of consciousness, leaving only calm, gentle awareness in its place. There is nothing to do here, no problem to solve, no decision to make, only the tender act of being, fully and quietly, in this protective cocoon of night. A subtle reflection arises, noticing the little things that made today what it was. The brief smiles, the quiet kindness offered or received, the small victories that barely registered in the rush of hours. All are held softly in my awareness. Even moments that carried tension, fleeting frustrations or uncertainties, are now lightened by the gentle hush of evening. They rest beside me, acknowledged but released, their weight absorbed by the calm of the room, the warmth of the blankets, the steady rhythm of my breathing. There is a spaciousness here, a wide quiet that does not judge or demand, only holds and soothes. I sink further into this space, letting the night carry away the residue of the day with effortless patience. The quiet brings a gentle awareness of my own heartbeat, a slow, steady rhythm that feels like a familiar friend. Each pulse resonates softly through my chest, arms, and legs, a subtle reminder of life flowing quietly and surely. A sense of reassurance rises with each beat. I am safe here, I am held, and I am allowed to release. The muscles in my body soften further. The neck, the jaw, the shoulders, the hips, and I notice the subtle warmth that spreads through my skin as tension melts into the blankets beneath me. Even my thoughts, which often chatter with worry or anticipation, now drift like clouds across a vast sky, gentle and slow, leaving behind a calm expanse of awareness where nothing presses or demands. There is an ease in remembering that rest is not earned. It is a gift that waits patiently, quietly, and I can receive it simply by being still. The quiet of the night enfolds me, its soft rhythm matching the natural cadence of my breath. With each inhalation, I invite a calm, healing energy to fill me, washing through every nerve and fiber. Each exhalation carries away what no longer serves me, the small irritations, the tight thoughts, the lingering tensions, leaving a softness that seeps into every part of my being. A gentle trust forms within me, a knowing that the night itself is sufficient to hold everything I release, cradling it until tomorrow, until the morning sun awakens the world again. Softly, I imagine the mind and body preparing for sleep, each breath a bridge between awareness and surrender. The room grows quieter, the air stiller, the darkness deeper, yet comforting, like a soft velvet cloak around me. There is a profound sense of letting go, a release that moves from the toes to the crown of my head, loosening, melting, softening every corner that tension touched. Thoughts that lingered, plans that remained unfinished, small regrets and minor disappointments, all are placed gently aside. Like pebbles set at the edge of a calm stream, I can feel a stillness spreading from the heart outward, through my chest, my arms, my legs, until even the smallest details of the body rest completely. A sense of serenity settles in, subtle but deep, like the slow pulse of waves against a quiet shore. Gratitude flows quietly, unhurried and unobtrusive, a recognition of this safe space, of the comfort surrounding me, of the breath that sustains me, and of the gentle presence that moves with me even in silence. Each sensation, each soft thought, each pause between breaths draws me further into this lull, preparing the mind for surrender. The night carries me gently now, its quiet rhythm guiding me without effort, without urgency, as I sink ever deeper into the tender embrace of rest. Every edge of awareness softens, every lingering tension dissolves, every flicker of thought finds a gentle resting place. In this enveloping calm, I am ready to drift, carried effortlessly into sleep, fully cradled and entirely at peace. The night feels endless now, a soft and protective expanse that wraps me gently from every side. The air is still, carrying only the faintest whisper of movement, perhaps the quiet shift of a curtain or the gentle sigh of the house settling in its own rhythms. My body has melted fully into the mattress, each limb releasing its last grip on tension, each muscle soft and pliant, as though the night itself is breathing through me, inviting surrender without urgency. There is no rush, no expectation, only this slow, quiet unfolding. A tender descent into rest that feels entirely safe and wholly embraced. A sense of weightless calm rises within me, spreading like a gentle tide from my chest outward. My hands, resting softly on the covers, feel like they are part of this rhythm, lightly held, supported, and still. My toes and feet, once alert and busy with the day's steps, now rest without thought, completely carried by the warmth beneath them. The spine and shoulders, once burdened with quiet tension, sink into soft release. Even my jaw and temples, which often held the faint grip of worry, relax fully, leaving a gentle openness where thoughts no longer press. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, and yet everything is exactly as it should be in this perfect stillness. The quiet encourages a final reflection on the day's tender gifts, its simple lessons and fleeting moments of joy. I think of the smiles, the brief touches, the unexpected sparks of understanding or patience, and I hold them lightly, feeling gratitude settle in my chest like a soft, warm stone. Even the challenges of the day, which once felt urgent or pressing, now float gently in the background, diminished by the vast, calm presence surrounding me. They are acknowledged, honored, and released, leaving a serene space within where only softness and quiet remain. The night cradles them without judgment, and I feel the weight of responsibility slipping away, falling into the slow currents of the darkened room, leaving me fully in this present stillness. Softly, I notice my breath moving in the slowest rhythm yet, almost imperceptible, each inhalation inviting peace, each exhalation carrying away the tiniest remainder of wakefulness. A gentle warmth seems to spread from my heart to every extremity, like sunlight diffused through the clouds, soft and comforting, settling across shoulders, arms, hands, hips, legs, and toes. Thoughts drift unhurriedly, images and fragments of the day moving past without claim, without demand, until there is only the gentle tide of awareness itself, ebbing and flowing in harmony with the natural rhythm of the body. I feel the edges of my consciousness soften, the usual boundaries between waking and sleeping becoming tender and porous, as though night itself is inviting me to merge with its quiet serenity. There is a profound stillness here, a gentle hum of presence that is not loud, not demanding, but wholly reassuring. The blankets hold me warmly, the mattress supports me fully, and the darkness beyond the room stretches without end, protective and calm. Gratitude arises again, delicate and silent. Not words, only a quiet acknowledgement of being here, of having arrived at this space, of the ordinary miracles of breath, body, and mind, now fully surrendered to rest. Each heartbeat becomes a gentle anchor, steady and slow, guiding me further into the soft current of sleep. I sense the body and mind aligning, releasing fully into the night, trusting in the safety of this moment, the stillness of the house, the calm of the unseen presence that surrounds me. Finally, the boundaries of awareness continue to soften, like mist dispersing over a quiet field. My thoughts, once persistent, have dimmed to faint echoes, and the body rests deeply, completely supported. Warmth, calm, and peace move through every fiber of me, filling the spaces where tension once lingered. There is nothing to grasp, nothing to hold. The day is done, the night is here, and I am wholly cradled in this gentle embrace. My mind drifts naturally, effortlessly, as the rhythm of breath and heartbeat carries me into the quiet depths of sleep. Every exhale invites stillness, every pause between heartbeats deepens calm, and I surrender fully to the restorative embrace of night. In this tender, endless calm, I dissolve softly, letting the hush of the evening carry me gently into profound, uninterrupted sleep. In Jesus' name, amen.